All the discussions we've had today, I think you deserve that probably more than anyone else.
Mate, some of those photos might scare my kids. I don't think I need it, to be honest with you. You can have it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
All right, welcome to the first episode of This is BS. I am here with Graham Hawkins, the CEO and founder of Sales Tribe. Graham, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about what you do and what Sales Tribe's all about?
Well, thank you, Ben. Yes, delighted to be here. Sales Tribe is a sales enablement organisation that helps businesses get better at selling, and we help right across the full sales enablement genre, if you like, and also with talent as well. We help find the right talent and cultivate the right talent.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Just the three things in the industry that frustrate you. So why don't we start off with what is your first BS that you would like to remedy? One
of the things that is always on my goat is the way that salespeople are measured, managed, and rewarded. I've been a salesperson for 30 years, and so I've lived and breathed this stuff for a long time. And when you look at the way the world of business has changed, we've moved from vendor push to customer pull business models. And so what I grew up learning about sales was that sales was a numbers game, and that you should always be closing, and it was all about brute force sales, push, push, push. Of course, now that's all changing, and I'm well known for talking about all of this transformation that's happening. But still to this day, in 2020, one of the things that grinds me is the way that most leaders, sales leaders and business leaders, still expect that salesperson to be out there, pushing through the calls, interrupting buyers, 3 to 5 times quota in the pipeline, all of that push stuff that I grew up with. And that's no longer congruent with modern buyers. Okay. So I get frustrated about the way salespeople are measured, managed, and rewarded, because A, it drives the wrong behaviour, and B, it makes the job of the salesperson really a pretty tough and sometimes miserable job. If I'm just being measured on volume metrics all day long, how many calls have you made today, Ben? How many meetings have you got, Ben? Have you got 3 to 5 times quota in your pipeline, Ben? If that's all I'm being measured on as a salesperson, then not only is it not congruent or not in step with modern buyer expectations, it makes my job just really lame. And it's driving the wrong behaviour. So
that's a good question to ask then, is why are people afraid to move away from this particular style of sales? What's driving people to stay where they are?
Because what made us successful previously is what we've always done, and we've always done sales this way, and so why should we change? Okay. What they've forgotten, a lot of these people, is that the buyer has changed, or the power imbalance that used to be on the side of the vendors is now with the buyers. Okay. Buyers are educated, information parity, access to all sorts of learning and insights that they never had before. So we're now dealing with a totally different game. The rules of the game have changed, the venues changed, everything's changed. Yeah. And we have to change the way we sell. We can no longer keep chasing buyers. We have to start to learn how to attract buyers. Okay. And give the buyer the experience that they want. Right?
Well, you're a big advocate of the way HubSpot do their business and how they kind of get everybody on. What exactly did you learn from the HubSpot experience that kind of transitioned to how you're going to give your solution? What exactly is it that they did?
Look, I'm a huge fan of the HubSpot model because 2 things. Brian Halligan, when he set that company up in 2007, I think it was, built the culture around this concept of create value before you try to extract value. In other words, as a salesperson, create value for your buyer before you ever ask anything of them. Okay,
so that would then also kind of allude to the solution that you might be giving as sort of around that education piece. So let's make it really easy. The first solution for this, what exactly is it that people can do to start off with to get away from this old model into this kind of new style that you're bringing in?
You've got to transform the way you go to market. I always say, forget listening to sales coaches, sales thought leaders. Don't listen to me. First thing you do, go out and ask your buyers. Ask your buyers, how do they want to engage? I like this question. I'll go to a buyer and I'll say, so Ben, thanks for the time, today, before we get started, could you give us an example of an exemplary experience that you've had with a vendor salesperson or a vendor in general? Because what I'd like to do is to try and match that. So I want to know from you what good looks like.
Okay.
All right, that's the first thing.